Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the taste of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. Those songs of yours and mine. For those who are in love, there's a song that's warm and tender. For those who are oppressed, in song you can protest. So liberate your mind and give your soul expression. Open up your hearts and I'll sing for you this song. Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the taste of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. Those songs of yours and mine. It was back in ancient times, the Bob would tell his stories of heroes and of villains, of chieftains and nibblers. Through the passages of time, with passion and of glory, to those who've gone before, I'll sing for you once more. Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the taste of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. Those songs of yours and mine. Ireland, land of song, your music lives forever. Its valleys and its mountains, in its hills and in its glens. Our music did survive through famine and oppression. To a generation gone, I'll sing for you this song. Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the taste of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. Those songs of yours and mine. Let the people sing their stories and their songs and the music of their native land. Their lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy. So join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the taste of time, it was music that kept their spirits free. The songs of yours and
Can I ask you what you think of that, mate?
I did.
Can I ask you what you think of the information on the front of that? Do you trust the establishment, the governments, to tell you the truth about where you live?
Me, I don't trust government to tell me shit. I won't trust them as far as I could throw them.
So do you think they could possibly be lying about the shape of the earth and where we actually live?
Not really, no.
No? Do you believe it's a globe?
Aye.
Why?
Just a theory.
Was it based on what you were told at school and what you see in the TV?
No, just my own opinion.
Your own opinion?
Yeah.
Nice one.
But when it comes to rest of government, no, I don't trust him.
Cool.
Oh my! Oh my! What the?
Can I ask you guys?
Right.
Do you trust the government? Do you just trust the establishment?
No, I don't
Do,
trust
do,
anybody.
do you trust them to tell you where you live?
No, don't trust anybody.
Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
I don't listen to any of them.
Do you believe the Earth is a round ball?
Oh, I believe it's round, like,
Do you?
over.
Do you?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Don't know.
Have you heard of the flat Earth?
Flat Earth, yeah.
You heard of it? Nice one. Guys, do you trust the establishment? Do you trust the government?
No.
Do you trust them to tell you where you live?
No.
Do you think the Earth's a round ball?
No.
You don't?
No.
What do you think the Earth is?
It's flood service.
Excellent, man. That's exactly why I'm here. How did you come to that?
Somebody told me a couple of months ago and I started laughing at them and then I started reading in this and looking at the internet.
Excellent. Nice one, buddy. If you're interested, check out my channel. It's called Beyond the Imaginary Curve.
That's probably what I done.
Is it?
Aye.
Ah, nice one.
Was you alright then?
Aye. That's me.
Aye. I was playing with Scottish accent. So was
Aye.
you.
Aye,
A
good.
boy called Eddie Breen told me. Boy with a beard.
All
He's
right.
all in this.
Ah, nice one. Nice to meet you, my man.
Aye, and you.
Aye. Excellent. Can I ask you guys what you think of that? Can I ask you, do you trust the establishment? Do you trust the government?
Do you?
No.
No. I think you've just answered my question there.
Is there a line you would draw where you would trust them?
I wouldn't trust them at all, ever.
No.
I think
So,
they're there in government to tell you lies, to tell you what you want to know.
so do you think that extends to the shape of the earth and where we actually live? Do you think you would be lying about that?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Would it surprise you if I said there was no real photographs from space?
Well, I read a bit last week about that in the paper, but
Have you heard about the flat earth movement? You heard
what
about,
you're saying, the world's flat.
well, I'd say it was level, I don't know, but
So what about all the satellite pictures we get feed by, are they all false?
that's what I'm saying, none of them are actual photographs. They're composites, they're composite images.
What about the space trips and all that?
They're faking it.
They're faking it, you reckon?
Faking it in Hollywood movies. They're doing it in,
They can do it in movies, aye, and they
Aye.
can fool you, but
exactly. So would you say would you
so what
trust,
difference would it make to us?
well if they're trying to spin us on
What
that,
would it make job-wise, house-wise, feeding folk that's not getting any fucking money out of
well
it?
this is my problem.
What's the difference whether it's round or flat?
Well if people at NASA are taking $50 million a day and all
Aye.
they're giving us is cartoons, well there's people homeless,
So they're taking
hungry,
the money off us and then fooling us with the photographs.
Fooling us.
Because we're funding their ventures.
Aye.
And it's not true.
plus they're telling us that there's limited resources and that there's a limited amount of land when there's a possibility that
well,
there's more land.
I could believe that.
Aye.
I could believe that.
So would you ever look into it? Would you ever get a wee
Not
look?
really, no.
Nah.
I'll just read about it and just give my own thoughts on it.
Nice one.
But I wouldn't really dive into it because there's no real reason for me to dive into it.
Right.
No, I mean,
course,
what is the reason for me to?
Well, everybody's
find out?
different. You know,
I know.
I've got a curious mind and I've got questions
I'm
about
the
life
same.
and
I like all that stuff.
yeah.
And I'm doubtful of everything
Yeah.
unless I see it. And then
Yeah.
even when you see it, you're just sitting there. I've seen photos of the world that's round and all the rest of it. You've seen the photos, you've seen the satellite pictures. But
And I believed it like everybody else until I actually looked into it, you know.
I
And then-
remember watching a programme, do you remember the moon landings and all
Aye.
that stuff?
Yeah, was it a
And
funny
then-
thing happened on the way to the moon? No.
And when the conspiracy theories about it was because of the wars was going on, the Cold Wars at that
Yeah.
time, the
Yeah.
race for between Russians and America.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to common people want to know
Yeah.
the straight facts, black and white.
Yeah.
People like me, I'm suspicious of that. I still believe a lot of things, but you've got to be suspicious of stuff
Exactly.
like that.
You've got to be discerning, haven't you? You've got to
You can't just say aye all the time.
take things on
And
hearsay.
I've never been a guy to say aye all the time.
Good on you.
Whether it's at my work or whether it's at my boys or anything, I think that's the way to bring them up.
Exactly, man. Good on you.
Get them to think for themselves.
I wish, do you know something? I wish the majority of people had that attitude.
that's it.
Because we're living in an attitude now where it's just hearsay and people believing what they see on the TV,
Exactly.
and they're just taking second-hand information without ever critically assessing it and seeing if it's true. You know?
Fitba's a classic example.
Aye.
You've got Brendan Rodgers with a cracking team there because I'm a Celtic supporter.
Yeah.
And he's winning all these games, and yet they still slate the man
Yeah.
or the team.
Yeah.
There was 4 spreads yesterday, not just going against Rangers or anything like that, but this is an example. There was 4 spreads this morning about Rangers winning 4-1 against Hamilton.
Right.
There was one page last week with Celtic winning the the Champions League.
Aye.
So I mean, what I'm trying to say there is it's no Celtic and Rangers. What
No.
it is, it's the press and the governments will tell you what
They want to hear you.
to.
Well, the same is true as well, because I was thinking about this on my way up, and Celtic fans, out of all fans, know about oppression and government corruption and lies through the ages. And I mean, you know about the boy that done the asterisk years,
Aye.
looking into, you know, how Celtic were oppressed and
That's right.
corruption put against them through the 80s and the 90s in particular.
Aye.
You know, with the funding going towards Rangers and these elitist people looking after each other's best interests and using corruption to their benefit. You know, so you know, I thought to myself today, you know, it'd be a great opportunity to speak to the Celtic fans, because
Aye.
they, of all people, know about the oppression and the
aye,
suffering through manipulation and governance. You know?
True. But
So,
taking away the Celtic fans aspect to it, as I say, I was never one. I'm no one, and even still no one to agree with anybody.
yeah,
100%. Sometimes you've got to. We
Yeah.
all live and we all work.
Yeah.
We've got to work to pay mortgages and raise our families.
That's the way
so
they've got us.
sometimes we've got to say aye.
yeah.
But in the back of your mind, I bet you've turned around and said, I've got to do this.
Yeah, well, that's my point about, you know, where we are and how they've told us about limited resources and why they've got us all tied up in jobs that we're not happy with, and we're all trying to pay these bills for gas, electricity,
Exactly.
just to live, and people are living in poverty and stress, you know, all the time.
There's young people committing suicide every day because they can't get jobs, they can't get nothing because they're listening to television, and the television's telling these people there's no hope.
Plus they're pushing a spiritual narrative of life being an accident and it happened from a big bang. Whereas if you're telling people, no, hang on, the Earth's something different and it's possibly created by some other intelligence or whatever, then there's another avenue to look at life. It's not so limited and you don't feel as insignificant and
Exactly.
you know. So
Exactly.
so they've got this whole political, religious, you know, and economical corruption in regards to the shape of the Earth. You know, all for me ties into the one thing.
It does,
So,
aye. I mean, as I say, our minds can be persuaded one way or another quite easily, I think.
yeah.
Because we have mortgages and we're tied into a lot of worldly things.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you've got plenty of money and all the rest of it, it doesn't necessarily mean to say that you've worked all your days.
Yeah.
But who's to say that you're not one of these elite people that's controlling all this?
Exactly.
Like all these multi-billionaires out in America.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Rothschild people and all that. You know
They're
what I mean?
elitists, aye.
These people are controlling people.
And they're on their own wee clubs,
They're on their own wee clubs.
you know, and they look after each other while the common man goes suffering,
That's right.
living in ignorance and believing what they're
And they've got
told.
to keep it that way.
Aye, that's it.
They've got to keep it that way.
Well, people like me are determined to change that and
Aye, well, I
bring
hope you
awareness
do.
to different
I hope you do,
aspects, you know.
I'm going to give you
Nice
them
one.
and see
Well, a
what's
pleasure
there.
speaking to you,
Okay,
buddy. Pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Take it easy. So, if anybody's, you know, no guessed it yet, you know exactly where I am. I'm at Celtic Park in Glasgow. And as I was saying to that gentleman there, you know, the history of this club, I mean, there's a lot of political and religious history that goes with it. I am not interested in any of that at all. You know, that is days gone by. But, you know, there is a history there for anybody who wants to go and look at it in regards to the Irish people and the oppression and the stuff that went on in Ireland that resulted in a lot of people from Ireland coming to Scotland. and you know, this club, I mean, its history is saturated and that type of thing, but as I say, I'm not interested in the political, religious aspects of it anymore, and especially not the sectarian aspects of it. I'm a football fan first and foremost, and Celtic is my preferred choice. That's who I've supported my whole life, and it's purely for entertainment purposes. I do not have any real depth of meaning to the support. It is purely entertainment and distraction, if you like. So I come here and I watch for 90 minutes, or I watch it on the TV, and that's what it means to me. And for the majority of people in this day and age, that's what it means to them. As I say, the political and the religious kind of affiliations seem to be kind of dying out. But again, you know, people understand the history, and as I say to that man, you know, for me, the Celtic fans know about corrupt governments and oppression that goes on. So that's why I'm here, and it's been a pleasure so far speaking to these people. And you know, part of my reason for coming here was the lad Authentic Intent. I seen him going to a sports match, and also my ginger troll friend who laid out a challenge. Oh, they'll go to Parkhead and do it in front of the Celtic fans. Well, here I am, guys. As I said before, I'm not scared of anything. Right? I know my mind and I know what's factual. So here I am. Right? Where are you people when you are asked to come to a challenge? Why don't you come and meet in a controlled environment and have a proper discussion? Doubt it's going to happen. What do you think of the information?
Good big man, aye.
Do you trust the establishment? Do you trust the government?
I don't know,
You
man.
don't know?
Nah.
What do you think of the information on the front of that in regards to how liquid behaves? Would you agree with that?
I agree with it, aye.
So how can the earth be a round ball?
Exactly. Why is it a round? It's not a round ball.
Exactly.
Nobody knows.
Have you ever heard of the flat earth movement? You ever heard of the term flat
No,
earth?
no.
Would you be interested in looking into it?
Aye.
You're going to look into it?
I'll
Well,
look
I think
into it.
everybody should.
No, that's it.
Check out what science actually is, and you know how we establish what things in reality are, and then look at the globe and see if you can see any of their claims practically, because they can't demonstrate any of their claims practically, which
true.
tells me a hell of a lot.
Aye.
So you looking forward to learning coming back today?
Ah, it should be alright, aye.
What do you think the score's going to be?
3-1 to Celtic.
Nice one. Nice one. Cheers for talking to me, buddy.
Alright, cheers.
Take it easy.
You want to YouTube with that, aye?
Right, Brian, look.
So the crowds are really starting to pour in now. And the other thought I'm having is, you know, just to use this as a wee example, you know, I'm here at Celtic Park today. Now, people talk about the flat earth as like a cult, and for me it's not a cult, it's about science. And people asking the questions about, you know, the objective reality that they're living in. And just like, you know, Celtic Park, there's many people from many walks of life, individuals who have different beliefs, you know, different ideas, they live different lives, but they congregate here on a Saturday for a common purpose, and that is to support Celtic and watch their team. Now that for me is the same as this whole flat earth thing. It's not a cult, and it's not about groups and organised groups, you know, making it a cult. For me it's about common people, individuals from all walks of life coming together for one thing. And that one thing is to establish what the dimensions of the objective reality are, purely and simply. So all these people who try and profess and claim that it's a cult, there might be cult factions and people with cult mentality, but that certainly doesn't happen here on this platform. Okay? Can I ask you guys what you think?
The idea.
Nah. Do you trust the government? Do you trust the establishment?
Up to a point.
What point do you draw the line?
I don't know.
Do you believe they would tell you the truth about where you're living?
I live in Australia, so I can stay out of this one.
Do you believe the Earth's a round ball?
I do, aye.
Can I ask you why?
Did you see that?
But, maybe not a ball, but I know it's round.
Oblate spheroid?
A what?
An oblate spheroid, as they would officially term it, or a pear-shaped?
Don't know about that, but
Round, like a ball.
kinda aye.
But that information there, that's your everyday experience of how liquid behaves on Earth. It seeks its level, and the surface is always horizontal. you can never curve a body of water.
Yeah, I can see it's caught.
But they're trying to tell us that we live on a globe with vast oceans clung to and conform to the outside shape of it. Yet we have no real photographs or video from space. They're all composite images. So they're taking $50 million a day, just NASA alone, while there's people hungry, homeless, and all they're giving us is cartoons. Every practical thing in reality tells us that the Earth's a level plane.
I'm not convinced, mate.
What shape's the horizon? Curved?
Usually slightly curved, depends, I suppose.
Is it?
Well, aye. When you go on a plane, you can see that it's curved usually.
Well, the official people like NASA and their representatives will tell you that you have to be above somewhat 45,000 feet to see a curve. But yet we're sending weather balloons up to 121,000 feet and it's the horizon's straight and level. Have you ever heard of the flat Earth?
No,
Would it take your curiosity? Do you think you'll have a look into it?
probably no.
Nah, does it make any difference to you?
No, really.
Nah. Too busy with other aspects of life.
You know, life's too real to be worrying about kind of ethereal things like whether the plane's actually curved or straight or whatever.
What if they're lying to us about the resources we have
I
though?
think they're lying out about a lot of things, but maybe not as much the curvature of the Earth.
Well, cheers anyway, buddy.
All the best, mate.
Thank you. There's 60,000 fans here today, and there's going to be a good proportion of them are going to walk past us at various points of the stadium. And they're taking photographs, as you can see. They'll be gathering that information at the same time. It's just whether or not they see that when they go home and they analyse the pictures. But another great way, indirect, opportunity to pass on some information to people and hopefully trigger some thought. What do you think, mate? What do you think? What do you think? You read the information?
I like the information now.
Do you think the Earth's a round ball or do you think it's level and flat?
It's here.
The Earth, do you think the Earth's round?
I think the Earth's round.
Do you think the Earth's round?
Of course it's round.
Do you? Why? Why do you think it's round?
Use a stair level, I know it's level.
You said, what was that? A spirit level? Exactly. How could a spirit level work on a ball?
Exactly. I know.
That's good thinking.
What do you think the score? What do you think the score's going to be?
Today? I'll say 3-1 to Celtic.
3-1.
3-1.
He's looking forward to Lennon's return.
I played God, he should get a good reception.
He's going to say, do you think he'll get a good reception?
Aye, sure, one of our own.
I hope he does though.
That's fine. One of the
Nice
draw.
one.
Scott Brown with a big loss today. Celtic. But to have what you get.
That's it.
We have depth.
Nice one.
Where's from yourself?
I'm from Paisley.
Oh, I have a cousin living in Paisley.
Nice one.
Gormley. Wally Gormley.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Paisley.
Quite a big place. So.
Paisley. Jeanette Gormley and Melissa Gormley and Christopher Gormley.
Cool. Well, enjoy the game, lads. Cheers. Nice one.
Good.
Cheers, buddy.
Aye.
Take it easy.
Hey.
Sir, can I ask you, do you trust the establishment? Do you trust the government? No. Is there a line you would draw on what you would trust for them?
Probably, aye.
Would you think do you trust them in regards to where we live, what the shape of the earth is? Do you think they're telling the truth? Do you think they are?
Sorry.
Do you think they are telling the truth?
There?
Aye. And what have you ever experienced yourself in regards to the earth being a round ball? Have you ever experienced it as a round ball? You ever seen any curvature anywhere?
Aye.
Where?
Been in a cruise ship.
You think you're seeing a curve?
I think I'm seeing a curve, aye.
Well, they'll tell you officially that you're not at that height, you can't see a curvature.
Right.
But my point to that is the water, and water always seeks its level. And we use spirit levels, we use water levelling devices, we build canals, we build dams. How could water possibly be clung to the outside of a ball?
Gravity.
Gravity, I know that's what they say, but it's just, they can't show it practically or give you any examples. You know, so you're asking the body a surface to the body of water to curve.
Not exactly the same, aye.
You ever heard of the flat earth?
I've heard the name mentioned, aye.
What kind of images come to your mind when you hear that?
Nothing really.
Nothing? Something with an edge that you're going to fall off and...
That's a quandary. I'm going to be sitting tonight and I go like that.
Well, that's my whole point. It's just to hope people will look into it and become aware of it, because there's a huge sway of people now that are asking the question. Because we don't have any real photographs from space, real videos from space. It's all composites, it's all cartoons and Hollywood production. So people are wanting to know where their money's going. So you're going to look into it?
Aye.
Nice one. What do you think the score's going to be?
3-1.
3-1. There's a few people have said 3-1. Think we're going to concede?
If Boyata Simunovic is here, I don't think we'll concede, but if he rests one of them and brings near beating on, I think we'll concede.
Concede, aye.
I think so.
What about Lenny? You looking forward to his return?
No bother.
No bothered?
No bothered.
Ah, well.
He chose to leave us. So.
Well, that's it. Take it easy, buddy.
No idea.
How about you, sir? Do you trust the establishment? Do you trust the government?
I don't trust anybody.
You don't trust anybody?
Even my wife.
Not even your wife? That's terrible.
She's listening.
Have you got a line that you would draw and where you would trust them?
God knows.
Do you think they would tell you the truth about where the world is and the shape of the world?
No, I don't think they would.
No. Have you ever heard of the flat earth?
I thought it was flat.
Oh, so they are. I think it's level as well. So you think that? You honestly think that then?
I've never really thought about it much.
Nah. Are you going to think about it?
Probably not.
Does it matter to you?
No.
Nah.
The shape of the earth? No, as long as it's... I'm storing on it.
As long as you're upright. What do you think the score's going to be?
Hopefully 3-0 to Celtic.
3-0.
Aye.
So a few people think they're going to concede today, but
You never know, you know. Probably wee Lenny will be the guy that comes and beats us here
Beats
today.
us,
You
I
know
hope
what I mean?
no, hope
We'll
no.
still love him at the end of the day, but I just hope he doesn't do
I
that.
don't think we're going to be cheering for him though if we do get beat.
Of course, we're not going to cheer for him today, you know what I mean? Every other game, but...
Aye, that's it. Aye, nice one. Well, hopefully you look into it, buddy.
No bother.
Check out the validity of the claims that they're making and where we live. I think it's important for you and your family.
No bother.
Cheers, bud.
Take care.
Would you agree with that?
Nah.
You wouldn't agree with it? That's not your everyday experience of how liquid behaves?
The globe is a lie, is that what it says?
Yep. Do you trust the establishment? Do you trust the government?
What's it got to do with the government?
Well, you know, it's always government funded and government institutions that are in relation to this whole question about the shape of the earth. You know,
What have I got to do with it? Well, where's the end? Why haven't we been to the end of the earth?
the edge of the earth.
Yeah, why does
Why,
it fall off it?
why would there have to be an edge?
Well, if it's flat, does it just keep going on?
Well, who knows? There's restricted areas that we can't access, so I don't know what's there. Cheers for the chat. Can I ask you quick, guys, what you think of the information on the front of that?
To be honest, I don't really know what it's talking about.
It's talking about how liquid behaves. You know, water always seeks its level and the surface is always horizontal. You can't get shapes to be shown on the surface of water. So if that's a fundamental fact to your reality and we apply it with spirit levels and water levelling devices every day, how could the earth possibly be a round ball?
Oh dear. The earth's flat, boy. The earth's flat.
Well, there's many people that think so now. Have you heard about this?
I've actually seen a big... See at Kincairn, there's a thing there. Look at flat earth and beyond.
Somebody putting that.
Aye.
What was it? Did you see?
Videoing me.
I'm videoing everybody. You're all right. You're going to be amongst the whole group. So you do you think it's important to know? Do you think the governments and the establishment would be lying to us about where we live?
To be honest, I've not really gave it a thought. Like,
Opinion on it, eh?
Do you think you're going to give it a thought now?
I'll maybe look it up.
Look it up. Nice one. What do you think the score's going to be?
Today. Hard game in Europe. 3-0.
3-0. Looking forward to Lenny's return.
Aye.
Nice one.
Aye. We're all Neil Lennon.
Aye.
We're all Neil Lennon.
Good man. Well, cheers for the chat, guys. I hope you look into it. It's hugely important. Cheers. Can I ask you, sir, what do you think?
It's funny as fuck.
Funny. What do you think about the information that's on the front of you?
I'm not even ready yet, mate.
You're not even ready yet, how do you know? Do you trust the establishment and the government? No.
Westminster government.
Do you think the governments would lie about where we live?
Oh, fuck aye.
Do you think they would?
Oh, fuck.
Do you believe that the Earth's a round ball?
Eh?
Do you believe the Earth's a round ball?
Hope so.
You hope so? Have you ever heard of the flat Earth?
No.
No, you never heard of flat Earth? No, you never come into contact with it?
No.
Do you think it's important to know if that's where we really were living, if it was a round ball or not?
I think it's been proven as a wrong.
Well, I can't find any proof.
Oh, well.
Have you ever experienced curvature of the Earth anywhere?
Well, I flew around it.
Flew in it? On an aeroplane?
That was me, aye.
On a plane?
Aye.
No, it's not an aerosphere, it's an aeroplane.
Right. Well. I'm still a Tim though.
Aye, that's it. What do you think the score's going to be? What do you think the score's going to be?
Oh, 3-0.
3-0. Enjoy, guys. See you later.
Take care.
What do you think, sir? What do you think? What? The information on the front of that?
I don't know, I don't understand it.
It's talking about the physics of liquid and the surface of it is always horizontal and level. Would you agree with that?
No idea.
No idea. How about you, sir?
Well, it's not always horizontal.
It's not always horizontal. Give me an example of when it's not.
It's in a wave.
Aye, well, obviously if there's motion in it.
Right.
But the body of water itself, you couldn't curve the body of water, could you?
But you can get what you call concave and convex.
Meniscus and surface tension. But if we're talking about something like as big as a dam or a lake or an ocean.
Right, so where are we going with this?
Well, the whole point is, well, I'll ask you first and foremost, do you trust the establishment, do you trust the government?
No, I don't trust them.
You don't trust them. Is there a line you would draw on where you would trust what they're telling you?
No, I know if there's some of the recent events.
So do you think?
You got me in camera here.
Do you don't want to be in camera?
I'm not bothered.
So do you think it's possible that they could be lying about where we actually live?
Nah, I think maybe that's a wee bit.
A bit too much for you?
I think so.
Have you never experienced the Earth as a globe, have you?
No.
The horizon's always flat and level, water's always flat and level. You fly on aeroplanes.
Stephen, help me here.
This guy's fucking. No, he's hitting me with, what do you call
I'm
him?
going to ask you about the score in a minute, but I wanted to get this bit first.
What do you call that? David Icke's cousin here.
David Icke.
We're living in a parallel universe.
Have you ever heard of
It can't be, there's no two Celtics.
well, that's it. Aye, there all ever will be one. So do you think it's important? You ever going to look into it in regards to the shape of the earth?
Probably no.
Nah.
No right now.
No right now.
No, right now, right enough, you know.
Aye.
I wouldn't say it, no. But what about aerial photographs of space and things like that?
Well, there's no actual photographs, they're composite images.
Images, isn't it?
So if they've not got actual photographs, then
I didn't realise they were no.
well, if I came to you with an image of Loch Ness Monster, would you believe Nessie was true because I showed you an image? No.
Hey, wait a minute, here's somebody. It looks like not Loch Ness Monster.
Can take the picture?
I take it, yeah.
What do you think the score's going to be?
It's going to be tight today. I think it'll be 2-1.
2-1 tight today.
2-1, 3-1, maybe.
Nice.
If we get 3-1, it'll be good.
I'm hearing a lot of 3-1s today, so it's probably worth a...
You're going to ask me who for, but...
Aye, well, aye, who for?
Hopefully Celtic, aye.
Aye, nice one.
So who are you here with?
I'm here myself. I've got a YouTube channel and I go around the country interviewing with students and different people in regards to
I'm
this.
a mature student.
Yeah, I will. I
Very
can class
mature.
myself as the same, but
Aye. So what's your channel then?
it's called Beyond the Imaginary Curve.
Right.
So I'm only interested in science and what can actually be proven. And in regards to the Earth being a globe, there's no measurable proof that the Earth actually is a globe. Everything points towards the Earth being a level stationary plane. You know, all the instrumentations, even like an aeroplane, you know, the geometry that they use, you know, it's all based on what plane geometry. So they start everything from a level plane and then they work everything from
Where
that.
are you getting your information, or where are you basing your information on what you're saying?
I base my information on direct experience because I don't want to take hearsay or have any beliefs and, you know, trust in anybody. You have to tell me something. So I go and I look at reality for myself, like. Just
so do you not believe the likes of... In big ear, so that's something.
That's all right.
Do you not believe the likes of some of the earlier explorers were just bullshitters or not then?
But aye,
They've not really got a lot, at that time they would never look to
there's
governments, they would be sort of rebelling against
there's one guy
governments.
in particular that everybody references called Admiral Byrd. You ever heard of him?
No.
Admiral Byrd. Well, he had an Antarctic expedition back in, I think it was the 40s, don't quote me on that. And he's quoted on TV as saying that there's a continent the size of America down there. Why we not exploiting it for its resources? But now we've got things like the Antarctic Treaty where they protect Antarctica, where the civilians are not allowed to go unless you've got a government grant and, you know, you've got a guide and stuff, so you can't freely go exploring these places. So there's a possibility that they're hiding other resources from us and keeping us in a state of mind of limited resource.
To push up prices.
Just to push up prices and to keep control of us. Because the majority is...
I can understand that.
Aye.
I mean,
So,
your cartels and your things for oil, they're really controlled, aren't they? So
exactly. So that's why I ask people, what line do you draw it? Where you trust and you don't trust them, you know? And do you think it's important to base things on your direct experience rather than taking things on hearsay?
I think so. I think you've got more experience of things. You're definitely going to draw your own judgments and things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Listen, I'm not being
Nice
funny,
one.
right?
No,
I've got a sword
excellent.
in the ear,
Been a
right,
pleasure talking to you, buddy.
Right.
Thank you. Enjoy
What's
the
your
game.
name?
Dale.
right.
Take it easy. What's
Right,
yours?
Brian.
Brian. Enjoy the game, Brian. Been a pleasure, bud.
I'm no one benefits, by the way. Right, Stephen.
See you later, guys. Can I ask you what you think, sir? Can I ask you what you think of the information? Did you even read it?
I'm reading Global warming.
No. It's about the behaviour of water and how it always seeks its level and the surface is always horizontal and flat.
It's also flat earth. Flat
What's
earth
that?
stuff. It's about flat earth stuff.
It certainly is. Have you heard about this?
Aye.
What do you think?
He's mad on it.
What do you think about it?
There is reason to it, but then some it's a bit mental to me.
Nice one. Do you believe in it? Well, I don't believe in anything. I just go with what I can experience for myself. And I've never experienced the Earth as a revolving, spinning globe. I experience it as a stationary, level plane. So what about you? Do you?
I'm starting to with the same as the moon, the outside of the moon. You don't see it rotate.
You don't see it rotate.
the flat surface.
Do you believe they went to the moon?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
No.
I don't believe they've been in space either.
No, neither they are.
No.
Neither they are.
No.
Because
It was staged in America.
it was staged.
Ah, it was staged.
Well, that's what a lot of
obvious.
people, of course. So do you think that they would, they would stage other things like the ISS and showing us Earth from space as a globe then? If you can't believe...
So, it's all Hollywood, eh?
It's all Hollywood, exactly. Aye. So do you agree with the information on the front of that then? See, that's my number one proof. How could the Earth possibly be a round globe if that's how water behaves? And you've heard the saying, across the pond, so what about you? You're questioning it then, are you?
Oh no, I have got my beliefs. Even before that, under Islam and that, they actually believe.
Under Islam? Aye.
Muslims.
Are you a Muslim?
Aye.
I've spoke to a few Muslim guys before.
Aye.
And they've said the same, the Quran references it.
Aye. So, aye, definitely. We can only get fed with our basic five senses,
So would you trust your five senses over like somebody showing you an image? If I came to you with an image of the Loch Ness Monster, you're not going to believe the Loch Ness Monster's true just because I show you an image of it, are you? So it's the same with these images that they're showing us from space. How can we take that as scientific proof?
I don't believe anything the government tells me anyway.
Oh, excellent. Nice one.
Especially the American government.
So you take things for your own experience and what you know for yourself. That's good attitude to have, man. Aye, nice one. Well, if you want to check me out, I'm called Beyond the Imaginary Curve on YouTube.
Right, have you got a Twitter as well?
No, I don't get Twitter, I just have the YouTube channel.
I'll have a wee look at that.
Excellent, buddy.
I watch a lot of things like that and it's really hanging me about space time. Like guys like Hamid Alussi, he's into quantum physics and obviously he's a Muslim, and even Stephen Hawking about space time, it's fascinating.
Yep.
I believe time doesn't exist, it's still got a beginning or end either.
Yeah, I believe that as well.
We're all, it's so diverse.
We're part of infinity, do you think?
Aye,
that's what I think.
Time doesn't exist just because we put two hands in it.
That's it.
You space time,
But do you think space is actually real the way they tell us that it is?
I do think it's real in a sense. It's infinitive. I don't know if there's an end to it, but that's beyond my...
What if I suggested that we were in a contained system because we live in pressure and we live with 70% water, so water has to have a container, and you also need a container to hold pressure. So for me, if I know that in physics and that's everyday practical reality, it would tell me that that's what the Earth is.
Is that the, what do you call that, the HARP? Am I getting this right about the weather change?
Well, that's HARP, they use weather modification and stuff.
They control everything like that.
I would.
Physics of that.
Well, just physics in itself. Like, how do we create pressure systems? How do we contain liquid? How does liquid behave? And if I understand these things and somebody's trying to tell me something that contradicts that, then I've got an issue.
And what about the neurons, atoms? Do they exist in your thing, mate?
Well, if there's an application for it, like a physical application, then obviously I go with it. But if it's just a theoretical thing where the only thing they're showing me is diagrams and drawings, then I tend not to go with that until I see something practical.
I mean, we only go where that information only comes with 5 senses. It feeds to our brain.
Exactly.
I would like to know what's outside the box, know what's in.
Exactly.
That's how I always believe in a creator. There's a higher being.
Yep. This is.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
How you doing, man? I've got a YouTube channel. It's called Beyond the Imaginary Curve, and it's basically the information on the front of the aliens in regards to the shape of the Earth. There's a lot of people that are now questioning the validity of the claims that the Earth is a round ball. Have you ever considered it or thought about it?
What? Man, you're asking big questions.
Right. You did ask.
It's an irregular shape, isn't it?
Well, they say it's an oblate spheroid.
Well, it's an irregular, isn't it? So it's not round, is it? It's still a globe as such.
So they say. But we don't have any actual photographs. We only have composite images. There's no actual video or photographs of it. Can I ask you, I take it you believe that it is what they say it is?
What, a regular globe sort of shape?
An oblate spheroid. Aye, can I ask you why?
I want to be on
YouTube. Well, I don't know. It's because why wouldn't it be?
Well, I always go by physics and science and what I can observe and measure and test for myself.
So if it was like a regular globe shape, what would it be?
Well, for me, the Earth's a container, and we live on a level surface of the container. But what the full dimensions are, I don't really know. But we live in pressure, and we know that the Earth's got 70% water, so liquid has to be contained. The surface is always horizontal, and the fact that we live in pressure would tell me that there has to be a containment to hold that pressure in, because that's what we use every day in reality.
That's what gravity does, contains it in.
Well, they couldn't show me practically. You know, you couldn't right now show me how that would work practically. They say gravity, but what is gravity?
Well, gravity also pulls everything to Earth. Of course it is.
No, they say that it pulls things to Earth. So if I then says to you, if I fill a helium balloon and I let it go and it rises, why is that?
That's because the helium is not as
dense as the air.
Of course it is, aye.
Right. So how does gravity come into the equation?
Well, I don't know, mate. I'm not that intelligent.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I get told.
Well, exactly. That's perfect. That's the response I'm looking for.
So you believe that the Earth's flat then? Is that what it is?
I believe that the Earth's a level contained system.
But what's a level contained system? Flat?
Well, you would say flat, but obviously there's high points and low points. I mean, we judge landmass height by sea level, but you can't have sea level on a globe.
So if you go from point A, which is Glasgow, travel in one direction on a, say, 360 degrees, whatever it was, or mils, whatever, you travel in that direction and you come back at Glasgow.
Can I show you that right now? If you just stand there for a minute, watch this.
Right, go on.
Watch this. No, stay there. Just stay there.
Right, aye.
Right. Does that now prove that the ground we're standing on is a round ball, or did I just circumnavigate you 360 degrees?
You circumnavigate me because I'm on the Earth.
Exactly.
Right.
So if you're a landmass and all these other people are land masses and I do a big 360 circle around them, does that prove that Celtic Park, the grounds of Celtic Park's a round ball?
Well, this is Celtic Park's a round ball, so it's a shithole.
Oh, come on.
Are
you not a Celtic fan? Oh, yeah. Can I ask you what you think?
It's got me thinking.
Got you thinking?
Aye,
excellent.
aye.
Excellent. That's your direct experience of everyday reality.
Aye.
And we apply that knowledge to build, to construct. But they're trying to tell us something that contradicts this. And the only thing that contradicts it is an image. So if I came to you with an image of the Loch Ness Monster, would you believe that the Nessie was true because I gave you an image of it? Or would you want some measurable, direct proof that Nessie was actually real?
You've got to remember it's 24,000 miles, the circumference of the Earth, and your gravity.
Yeah. Well, they always say these words, they just use like gravity and...
I mean, what they reckon is, what is it 7 miles you can see on the horizon?
Well, it varies.
Sea level.
They say it varies.
I think if you're standing at sea level, it's 7 miles.
7 miles, you know.
So I can watch things, you know, look as if they're disappearing, and then I can pull out a camera with a zoom on it and I can bring that back into view again. But we have a limited perception. You know, our eyes, the floor rises up, the sky comes down and the sides come into like a point. So things disappear into that. And they use that as one of the proofs. But you never see curvature from left to right. The horizon's a horizontal straight line. And the only thing that contradicts any of your natural observations is these images that companies like NASA shows. But they're no actual photographs, they're composite images. So, was that?
Folks been out in space but to see them.
So they say, but they can make Hollywood movies like Gravity and The Martian, and that looks just as real as any of these things that you're seeing through the TV screen. So showing you something on the telly is not really scientific proof of anything, you know. But is that, you're saying that's got you thinking a wee bit?
It does make me think.
Do you trust the establishment? Do you trust the government?
Oh no, I don't. No, definitely not.
And do you have a line that you would draw on where you would trust them?
I trust them with very little.
Very little. So what if the line is in order to keep us in this state of mind that there's limited resources, so that we're controllable and that we keep going to work to pay for our gas or electricity, and you know, but there's more to Earth, there's more land out there maybe possibly, and there's other resources.
Never thought about that, but I definitely believe they lie to us to keep us going to work. They lie to us about everything, really, don't they? I mean, and they talk about that.
You just need to look at that Brexit and you know. According to British guy that's running it, he's like that. He says, "Oh, we're making great progress." According to Europeans, they're saying,
what progress does it make for me and you, though? You know,
it's all propaganda.
Exactly.
It's all just what propaganda you choose to believe. You know, and that's the bottom line. You know that it's. They talk about other countries and other governments, but they're all corrupt.
They're all in it together.
I've always believed that the Yanks they've caused wars for oil. We know that. We know that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this North Korea. You know what I mean? It's
since they got independence, you know, after the Civil War and all the rest of it, I've only ever been in no war for 28 days. You know, for 200 odd years, they've only 28 days when they've not been at war with somebody.
Exactly.
And it's all for wealth, of course it is.
And to keep us distracted.
We're the same, you know. Yeah, alright, maybe the World War II was a different thing. When the Germans invaded Poland and somebody had to help and step in and all the rest of it. But
I mean, even on
we were in
that,
Afghanistan, we were in Iraq for oil, you know.
Exactly.
Just do what America tells us.
I mean, they're hypocrites. There's contradictions left, right and centre with the governments. And
it was the same with apartheid in South Africa.
Yeah.
Half the British bloody had all kinds of interests out there, you know.
Yeah. So do you think it's important then to base things on your direct experience rather than taking things on hearsay?
Oh, always.
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 Well, I think the older you get,
your everyday life, you take folk as you find them. You don't. I mean, there's plenty of folk don't like him. You know to like him because they don't like him. No, take folk as you find them.
Exactly. It's a great open-minded position to be in, and it's, you know, I can only.
What's this for, my man? Anyway,
this is for I've got a YouTube channel and I go around universities all over Scotland. And I go into the street and I just interview people about, you know, these types of subjects. The channel's called Beyond the Imaginary Curve. If you want to check it out, there's loads up there. Oh, you don't? This has been a great conversation. Excellent. I mean, I've got loads here for the day. The people here, the Celtic fans are always great, you know. So people have been chatting to me and giving me their opinions and what they think and stuff. So
Beyond the Imaginary Curve.
Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Nice one. So he's going to have a wee think about this and maybe look into it. Excellent. Nice one. So what do you think the score's going to be?
It's a hard one after the European game. It could go either way. You know, I still can't see us getting beat, to be honest with you. But if anybody's going to do it, you wouldn't bother about being learning. Somebody's going to beat us eventually. So
that's it.
I'd rather it was Hibs and Rangers.
Aye. It's not going to be Rangers, is it?
Don't put that on YouTube.
Well, I've already said, you know, there's
too many Rangers supporters come into my shop for losing all my customers.
Where is your show? You can get a shout out if you want.
Nah, as long as it's alright.
You're alright.
You better not after my views.
Aye.
Nah, it's alright.
Well, listen, guys, absolute pleasure speaking to you, and I'm really pleased to hear that you're going to look into it. Thank you, buddy.
Welcome.
Cheers.
Alright for taking a wee photo.
Of course, better on.
Still kind of confused about what it actually means, like this wee thing. About water and all that. Is it? Are you trying to say the world's flat? You know what I mean?
Well, I'd say the Earth's a contained level system. If it's 70% liquid, you can't. A body of water, you can't bend a body of water and have the curve shown on the surface here. That's impossible. I mean, we use water to construct. We use water levelling devices, spirit levels. We build canals. We build dams, all based on the understanding of how liquid behaves. Now they're trying to tell you at some unspecified scale the oceans are bending away from you, with curvature on the surface and the water's no flowing because of some magical force that's keeping it there.
Because the moon's a magnet.
Well, that's another bollocks. You know, why does my bath or any other body of water
just float up,
be affected by the moon? And how can the moon at its size pull all our oceans, but the Earth can't pull the moon into its atmosphere? I mean, there's so many contradictions in it, it's unbelievable. It's not until you look at it, because we were born into this, and we've all grew up just assuming that it was true because they've made a big fuss out of it and they show us on the TV. But when you actually go and try and find out for yourself if it is true, everything points towards the Earth being level and stationary. So, the best thing I can ask people today is look into it for themselves and don't believe in any of the stories or the hearsay, you know?
How do you find out, really? But I mean, other than renting a plane or an air balloon and going up and...
Well, even in...
To be fair, I've been in a plane and you do kind of see that curvature, you know, when you're right high up and you're overlooking
the windows are double plated and they're beveled. So you get a slight curvature effect, but when you go up without any intrusive like a glass or a fisheye lens, the horizon at 121,000 feet is eye level and it's flat.
Right,
Aye. You go and check out, type it into YouTube like high altitude balloon footage, and if they're not using a GoPro lens curves everything.
I've got a drone, I'm going to send that right up tomorrow. See
Aye,
how
well,
far,
see
how far
your
it's-
drone might have a GoPro fisheye lens in it, which, as I say, even at ground level, it curves everything. So you need to be careful of that.
Don't know.
But you can check out high altitude balloons and you can see the footage. You can see the footage amateur people with super zoom cameras zooming into the stars, and they know what NASA and these companies have showed you. They're actually phenomenal to look at. They're totally different.
That is a thing that I've often, my wife, she's funny, she doesn't believe any of it, she's like, how can they say that star's been there for a million years and it's no real, none of it's real. But, and I kind of agree with her, how can they say, like, that a star's burnt out? The star's like a sun that's burnt out now, the gas is burnt. How come it's still there then?
Exactly.
How come it's...
And how do the stars... look at the formations of the stars, they never change, they're the same every single night. Polaris is always in the same position.
You need to remember they're millions of miles away.
They tell us all that.
You talk about light years, look at your man... Einstein and all that. I mean, they're clever guys.
They were mathematicians, and mathematics is a formal science, it's a language, so it's different from natural science. Natural science needs empirical observations, whereas as mathematics you can start from an axiom and you can create a mathematical construct that works mathematically, but when you're trying to apply it to reality, it has to match reality, and if it doesn't, then your mathematics are useless. So, aye, it's worth checking out, man. I mean, I've heard all this, obviously I grew up and heard all this the same and believed it for 30 odd years of my life, and then I started to look into it.
But it's the same, I don't know if you were talking about it, I was talking to the wee man, but I was brought up a Catholic, you go to church and God does it, God's watching all the time, but I think as you get older you start questioning everything, you start thinking for yourself and all the rest of it, and you're right. We're all kind of believing that science now, the Big Bang and whatever else. But who's to say even that happened? How do they ever know that? They lie with confidence.
Science for me should be able to recreate its claims. So if they're claiming to know how the universe came about, how can they not create a universe then? You know?
I know.
So it's like I see religious aspects that have infiltrated science, and they've made this narrative, this whole story, and basically to me it's to tell us that we're meaningless and that life's not got any meaning to it and that it's just a big accident, and that way people are in a state of mind where they don't care about life, they don't care about, exactly, they're nihilistic.
See the thing, I mean, me personally, as I say, I'm 43 today actually, it's not
happy birthday,
but and as I said, I brought up Catholic school all the way through, and you've got that whole kind of Catholic guilt and all the rest of it, and be good. But now I'm at a stage where I don't believe in God or all that anymore, but I'm a nice person because it's nice to be nice.
Exactly.
Treat folk the way you want to be treated.
You don't need to get that for a book.
Not because I'm worried about what's going to happen in the afterlife, because I don't think that's coming to me. I think when you're deed, but I still want to be a nice person.
Exactly. So it's just a nicer experience, isn't it?
I mean, I think as you get older, you tend to...
You chill out.
You maybe realise that mistakes that you made in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how you treat other people.
Exactly. It's reciprocity. If I'm nice to you, you're going to be nice to me, and it makes life a lot easier, innit?
Did you ever hear a guy called Charles Berlitz? Berlitz.
It rings a bell.
Aye. He done a lot about that Bermuda Triangle. He also done... he wrote a book about the Philadelphia experiment.
Yep, that's right.
You heard of that?
Aye, of course I have. See, could I give you a wee anecdotal thing here?
But what I was going to get to there was he done an experiment in Empire State Building. Right, you get two timepieces. They were identical timepieces, right? One at the bottom and one at the top. And over a period of a month, it was like 7 seconds of difference. So we swapped them about, put the other one at the top and the other one at the bottom. And that was just saying there was 7 seconds slower.
Higher up.
7 seconds slower, higher up. So his theory was the further you get into space, time slows down, you know. And it was
because the air gets thinner when you're up there.
It could be affected by pressure. It could be.
I mean, he reckons the further you get away from the Earth, time slows right down, you know.
But if they say space is a vacuum, right? But in reality, we know that a negative pressure system and a positive pressure system has to have a barrier between them, or they're going to equilibrate. But yeah, they're trying to tell us up there that the gas is getting thinner and thinner until it meets this vacuum of space. And for me, that's a religious belief. You know, you can't recreate, you can't show that practically. But can I just get back to that Bermuda Triangle thing quick? See, in my studies, see when you watch these rocket launches, they go up like that and then they lean out and they level out and they go way out to the sea and then they dump them in the sea. And see that area? That's the Bermuda Triangle. And do you know why I think that they created that? It's because see if you're a pilot or you're on a ship and you get into that area and you see something you shouldn't have, they take you out the water. And then all these ships that have disappeared, they say, oh, it's a mystery, it's went into another dimension, when really it's been sunk to the bottom of the sea. Because they've seen things they shouldn't have.
I would agree with that, there's that, because there's a lot of the little ways to know your area 51 and all that.
Antarctica, the Arctic, you're not allowed to go there.
That's it. But some of these we're talking, no, but see I'm not a pilot, but they talk about the air getting thinner and all that, and I think that is proven because that's how the planes, they can calculate the fuel that they need and all the rest.
The pressure's different.
Aye,
it's not that there's any less air. It's like if I put you in a swimming pool, there's less pressure at the top of the swimming pool, but there's no any less water from the top to the bottom. It's just that the pressure's different.
So the resistance is less as well. That's how your Concorde. That was flying twice the height of your normal 747, so that was flying at 55,000 feet. Whereas your ordinary 747, it's 36,000 feet.
But an aeroplane's fitted with a gyroscope that's designed to keep it parallel and level with the Earth. And when you go on a plane, it takes off, it levels off until it gets to its destination and then it lands. If you're on a globe, it's going to have to keep accounting for the curvature, or else it's going to end up away out above its altitude and end up out into supposed space. But you've never been on a plane where it dips down like that to get around the curve of the Earth. It flies level.
Or you just can't tell. I'm not saying you're wrong, but because I mean, if
you wouldn't be able to tell because it's a high up and it's.
But their instrumentation would have to tell them. They'd have to account for it.
Would we notice? Because if you're flying like that and then you're flying like that, you're not going to notice. I mean, when you're taking off, fair enough, you notice. Well, as it starts to bend out, you don't.
There's guys. There's guys recently have taken one guy in particular. I know Nick. He took a spirit level onto an aeroplane with him, and he flew from Bangkok to the UK, and he reset the spirit level on the plane, and it never had deviated the whole journey. So I mean, right there and then you've got verifiable proof that there's no account for curvature. It's flying level the whole journey. So I mean, it's great though, because this has inspired people to get active and to start experimenting for themselves and start investigating, and that's purely what I'm about. I just want to speak to people, get a wee bit of activism, and hopefully, you know, it intrigues them enough to go and look at it.
Definitely, as I say, straight away I'm like, kind of hell man, I never thought of that. I thought, you know,
is there many more of these Celtic supporters up there?
Well, it's been a great day, and again, I'm going to thank you again, guys. It's been a real pleasure.
I'm going to get the name of your YouTube channel again once more.
So you know about this kind of stuff, mate, do you?
Yeah, fuck.
You don't? He's just stuck you in it and saying that, is he?
I know nothing.
Stick you in it, get you on camera.
I just thought it was good.
Do you believe the Earth's a round ball?
He's a blogger.
Huh?
Do you believe the Earth's a round ball?
Aye.
Why?
Aye. It's just a big round ball.
Why do you believe that?
Because I've been there.
You've been where?
On the Earth. I've been the Earth. So I've been there.
All right.
Did you not get abducted by aliens?
I was conducted by aliens.
Is that the excuse you gave the missus for coming in late, was it?
It was, aye.
Oh, mad about it, man. Mad about it.
Mad about what?
Conspiracy theories. You're a conspiracy man yourself, aye?
Well, I base things on science. I like facts, you know. And it's about the shape of the Earth. Have you heard about this?
Don't tell me you think it's flat, please.
Well, I know that it's a level plane we live on, and I can prove it to you.
Go for it.
Well,
do you know what? We came here every day. Go for it.
Well, the information, I'm just making sure I'm on record. The information.
Am I getting on YouTube for this?
Do you want to go on YouTube?
Put me on
Everybody else is on.
I need all the media coverage I can get.
Well, you can shout your own channel out if you've got one.
I'll make one.
You'll make one, aye. Good, get a bit of attention.
I'll put it in the comments box with Brian's. He's got one. About anal probing, I think it is.
Oh, come on. Keep it clean, man. Keep it clean.
I actually do believe in aliens.
Do you?
Like one manages Rangers at the moment, don't you? I think he's an alien.
You're gonna turn my posting people away from me here. So you're saying you're into conspiracies and stuff. You've heard about this question?
Aye, like I dabble. I don't sit in the house with a tin foil hat on or nothing.
Here because that wind's coming in there. Aye, but you heard of the subject, the Earth being flat?
Aye.
Aye. What do you think? You think it's?
I think it's nonsense, to be honest. But again, each to their own, mate. I'm no judge. Do you know what I mean? Aye. Everybody's got their own.
Can I ask you why you believe it?
I don't know. It's 2017 and we've been to space and stuff. Have we all been to space?
Have you been?
I've not been, no. So I will be, but I'm waiting. My Euro Millions haven't been checked this week
Take
yet.
me with you then.
I'll let you know, right? I'll keep you posted, mate.
I mean, we each to their own and whatever people want to believe, but usually when I ask people why they believe it, they'll just say, because that's what they were told.
Mostly just coverage, videos on YouTube, things like that, do you know what I mean? Like when you see pictures of the world, I suppose, do you know what I mean?
But they're no actual photos. I mean, you've seen movies like Gravity. I'd assume you've seen.
Aye, that's
so you know
that's
that
a bit of a stretch, though. That's a bit of a
you know that they can mimic these things and they can show you things through a TV screen that might not necessarily be true. So what I do is base things on my direct experience rather than through a TV screen. And if I go to my direct experience, everything tells me that there's a stationary level plane that we live on.
How do we know far off then?
Well, I would have to turn that back on you and say, are you insisting that there would have to be an edge?
Well, it needs to end somewhere, isn't it?
Well, their space, if they're telling you space is infinite, it doesn't have to end somewhere, does it? So how could that not be the same for the Earth? I'm not claiming that
we can't
it
check
is.
that ends somewhere. We can check that this does, but
well, there's restricted areas on Earth that you can't go to and I can't go to. There's places in Antarctica you can't just freely go wandering about.
But you can go to the other side of that.
What, the Arctic?
Aye, like you can.
No freely, without permission you can't.
So do you think they're stopping us for going there in case?
They are stopping us. It's a fact. Well, what if we're in a contained system and there's access and entry points in and out of this place and there's a bigger reality going on outside of this that we just don't know about? I mean, that's a possibility.
Do you know what, mate? That's a thought, right? But that's probably a thought for a bit later tonight. That's something maybe
it's a
3 in the morning thought. That's aye.
Well, my main thing is, man, is just to, can I get people's reactions to it? And you're saying you've heard about it. You think it's nonsense,
I've heard this kind of theory and stuff. I'm not going to sit and say I know hundreds about it. I don't.
There's many people who claim they know what the full Earth looks like in regards to it being flat. I don't, because I don't know. I was born into this the same as everybody else. So for me, it's just an ongoing investigation. And what I'm trying to get people to the point is, we need the exploration. We need to be free to explore in order to go and establish what's what.
So is it like? So what is the deal here? What's the purpose here then? The day, like, what are you?
It's activism.
What are you chasing? Is it just you kind of trying to get your point across?
Being active, just trying to I'm not trying to convince them to anything. What I want to do is just engage in conversation and get reactions from people and see what they think about certain subjects and whatever else, and hopefully for that they'll go and have a wee look at it. But listen, man,
I'm going to go and watch the Smash of Hibs, mate, right?
Much pleasure.
It's been beautiful.
What do you think the score's going to be?
5-1.
5-1.
5-1 to the
This one. Are you happy and looking forward to seeing Lennon back?
Oh, aye. We're coming back with old mums. It's one of us.
Exactly, man.